Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am the crazy short hairy dude, and we are on day 2 of the Battle of the Alamo, one of the most pivotal and important events in Texas history, American history, and world history. So, on day 2, um, day 2 mostly involves what we're going to talk about tonight. Mostly involves the two commanders, uh, the two leaders of the Texans, um, who were in the Alamo, and that is Jim Bowie and Colonel William Barrett Travis. Now, Jim Bowie, like I said yesterday, was in charge of the volunteers, um, and Jim Bowie, for those of you who don't know, um, he was a famous knife fighter. He had a pretty wild past where he was famous at that point for carrying this big knife on him, but he was also famous for um, this deadly knife fight he had gotten into on a sandbar, where his opponent wound up putting, I think it was 2 shots and a sword cane into him, but Bowie wound up winning. Uh, Now, the knife he was famous for carrying was designed by a relative of his, and who was a blacksmith, and you can find replicas of it anywhere. It's its own knife style now, and that is the Bowie knife. This is a replica that I have. Uh, the actual one was much bigger than this, but it is famous, and it is the blade is known for having that kind of curved end like that, and then of course it's razor sharp. Yeah, so, my favorite knife when camping and whatnot. So, uh, so during the second day, Bowie gets sick. Yeah, he had already been kind of sick up to this point, but on the second day it gets worse, and he's hospitalized at this point. And and from what we know, it was probably tuberculosis mixed with maybe a few other things, maybe pneumonia, and maybe uh, you know, who knows what else. Yeah. But the point is, he's hospitalized and he can't really do much. He's a dying man at this point, but he's trying to hold on as long as he can. Um, at the same time, for the last 24 hours, the Mexican army has been bombarding the Alamo with cannon fire, especially during the night. So each night, around sunset, the Santa Anna ordered that his that the band, the marching band that was with uh, his his army, would play the song called the Deguello, or the cutthroat song, and or slit throat song, and they would play that and then commence firing cannons all night to keep the defenders awake and try to deprive them of sleep. So on the second day after all this, Travis is sending out letters to whoever he can send letters out to, sending out couriers while he still can, trying to get help. Um, and he writes one of the most famous documents in Texas history, and that is the Victory or Death letter. It's a short letter, and I've printed it off so I can read it here. Um, so it's a little short paragraph here, but it's written in Behar, February 24th, 1836, to the people of Texas and all Americans in the world. Fellow citizens and compatriots, I am besieged by 1,000 or more of the Mexicans under Santa Anna. I have sustained a continual bombardment and cannonade for 24 hours, and have not lost a man. The enemy has demanded a surrender at discretion. Otherwise, the garrison are to be put to the sword, if the fort is taken. I have answered the demand with a cannon shot, and our flag still waves proudly from the walls. I shall never surrender or retreat. Then I call on you in the name of liberty, of patriotism, and everything dear to the American character, to come to our aid with all dispatch. The enemy is receiving reinforcements daily, and will no doubt increase to 3,000 or 4,000 in 4 or 5 days. If this call is neglected, I am determined to sustain myself as long as possible, and die like a soldier who never forgets what is due to his own honor and that of his country. Victory or death. William Barrett Travis. Man, powerful, powerful stuff. Now, the original letter is privately owned by a family. I can't remember which family. But every now and then it does make rounds on where it will go on display and do little displays here and there at different museums and things like that. Now, back in 2013, I had the opportunity and the privilege of actually seeing the victory or death letters, the original letters, at the Alamo. They were on display there for a short time, and I got to see them before they left again. It was phenomenal getting to see those. Um, it was kind of like that scene in A National Treasure where Ben Gates, played by Nicolas Cage, is they unroll the Declaration of Independence in Liberty Hall, and yeah, he comments on the last time that it was there, it was being signed. It's that kind of surreal moment. It was like that. Yeah, the last time that those documents, that letter was there, it was being written by Colonel Travis himself. Oh man, very surreal. Um, so yeah, if you are in the San Antonio area over the uh, next several days, go check out the Alamo. They are doing all kinds of stuff there right now for the anniversary. It's the 190th anniversary of this great battle. Go check it out. They have reenactors there. They are constantly finding out more and more stuff, and they're doing a lot of preservation work. So if you get a chance, please donate to them. Go to the gift shop, and you know uh, you can round up whatever to the nearest dollar to, and all that extra goes to the Alamo itself to help maintain it uh, and provide the the team of archaeologists and conservationists the funds that they need to keep it, keep it around, and preserve it, and for future generations. They're also doing some things where they're adding um, in some of the old barracks and the old walls and things like that, trying to make it like it was back in 1836, which is really cool. You can also go visit the gallery, which has a lot of artwork and a lot of artifacts, including this huge collection that was donated by Phil Collins. Yes, Phil Collins, the singer-songwriter. Uh, he's a huge Texas history buff, and he loves the Alamo and everything, and he had a huge collection of artifacts and documents and things like that that he donated to the Alamo several years ago. So go check it out. It's awesome. Yeah, that's all the time we have for tonight. So uh, hope everybody's well. Hope everybody's happy. And till tomorrow, uh, God bless, and remember the Alamo.